Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Good day to you, my beautiful people. You are tuned in. You are listening to the Lunar Lounge, one and only, with myself, Israel Ajosi. I am getting some kind of feedback, and I need to check why that is. So do bear with me. I think I know where it's coming from. Yes, I know where you're coming from. How do I stop this? No, I don't want to end that. And why am I so close on Instagram? I've got this platform where I can stream from pretty much anywhere, but I just want to pretty much anywhere. But yeah, hold on a minute, guys. Bear with me. I don't want to cut the live here. Welcome everybody here on the Instagram live, and for those of you who are also on the YouTube. Look, Mercury square Neptune right now, so anything's like, I need to get rid of this. How am I gonna do this? You know what? I'm gonna do that. Gotcha. Cut you off, man. You're a goner. Okay, we're here, man. We're on it. It's. Can we get this stuff right? I mean, Mercury's moving direct now. There shouldn't be no need for this. Anywho, we are back in business by the looks of it. Again, I'm streaming live. You should be able to see me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge Podcast. Happy New Year 2024. We are here. How's the year treating you so far? Hopefully it's treating you well. Shout outs to people also in the chat on the YouTube. Shout outs to Faye, Yvette. Those are the two I can see at the moment. Yeah, I am live. Yvette's asking me if I'm live. Yeah. Got a bit chaotic, nearly lost it, but yes, I am live. Yeah, tell me about it. Confusing. Mercury is square Neptune. It's all confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to tell you a story of what happened to me today, this morning in the gym. Madness. Only Mercury square Neptune could produce such a manifestation. But it is what it is, right? So we keep the show rolling and we do what we can, essentially. So I will be doing the competition later on. We still don't have any winners. Tarot card of the week, that'll be coming later as well. I'll be bringing up the chart for this time of the new year. Let's see what's coming up for us, what it is that we can be looking forward to over the course of the next couple of weeks. We've actually started off quite good quite well at the beginning of the year. So let's see how that goes. But we'll look at the planetary aspects. Mercury's moving direct now, Jupiter's moving direct now. So it's good. It's we should be up and away. It's just that Mercury square Neptune. That's what it is. Really, my mind is like I can't even think straight. It's like it's just all over the place. I don't know where I am. Yeah, Mercury needs to get out of out of Sagittarius where he's squaring, or just needs to move away from Neptune right about now. It's just too foggy. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, shout outs to Angela. Angela's here. Couldn't see anything. Okay, Yvette saying couldn't see anything. All right. Can you see something now? Hello, I'm here. All right, okay. Mercury, Neptune. I should be live also on the Insta, which means any of you people who want to call my phone, go ahead, give it a shot. I'm not on the phone. So yeah, it is what it is, man. So yeah, but I am live. I should be live on Instagram right about now. Can you all see me on Insta? I need to get my what have I done? See, I'm all over the place. I may even need to go and get. I should have got my other phone. How am I gonna check? Guys, man, I don't know. I don't know. What shall I do? I'm gonna have to pause this. I'm gonna have to pause this. Um, y'all give me a second, and I need to sort this stuff out. This has never happened before on, you know. But it's about to happen now for the first time. Okay, bear with me a moment. Apologies for that. Had to take a little pause. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. First time on the Lunar Lounge, and trust it to be when Mercury is squaring Neptune. It's been nuts. I mean, for the first time, I've got a very, very, very good friend of mine. And also not only that, one of my ex-girlfriends who birthday just passed. I always, every year, like spot on, like clockwork. This first time I forgot her birthday. And she's like texting me, like, didn't you forget something? I'm like, damn, like really? Like memories are just being scrambled and just being forgotten. I don't know. I'm not too keen on you know what, Mr. Mercury square Neptune. But I shall talk about that in a moment because he's not even perfected yet, but he's moving somewhat towards Neptune right now. So it's getting quite stronger. So over the course of the next few days, and like I said, I'm going to tell you what happened to me today, this morning in the gym. You would not believe it. I tell you, it's a total madness. It is what it is. Shout outs to the people again. Okay, so I can see now that I am live on Insta. So yeah, you guys can see me there. Coolio. I like that. And I'm obviously live on YouTube. I've got the second computer here so I can see that, and I can see the people there in the chat. Shout outs to everybody there in the chat. Yeah, let's keep the show going. Let's talk astrology. Astrology of 2024. What's happening? How's the new year treating you? What did you guys do? Were you with friends, family? Did you go see fireworks in your local cities? What was happening? All those fireworks, man. My cat was losing his mind. He didn't know what he's my cat is so sensitive, it's unreal. I mean, they talk about scared like a puss. I mean, well, he is a puss. But he's just extra scared. It's like it's not even point using that phrase because it's like, yeah, well, you are a puss, but you're just extra sensitive puss. He just runs at drop of a pin. And the funny thing, I don't get it. He's really strong, Bengal, powerful. Took him to the vet. He was like, "Oh, this is a strong cat, man, thick skin, and so yeah, he just runs away from everything." But he hates fireworks. And when fireworks start going off, he really loses it. He runs and hides and he's running from one room to another and he runs under the couch and under the bed. It's like, it's a madness. Bless him. But it is what it is. So, New Year 2024, we made it. We are here. Gratitude. We must give gratitude because quite a lot of people passed last year, you know. I'm talking people in I'm sure people, obviously everyday people, but I'm talking people in the mainstream media, you know, popular people. We got quite a lot of people passing. Well, you know, quite a popular people. You know what? It all started with that when David Bowie went. You remember when David Bowie died? When was it? But David Bowie died, and that's it. All you just started getting all of them. Just started just snowballing from there. A madness. Yes. Mark. Okay. Marx is saying Neptune on my descendant. Huh. Well. Yeah. That's enough to send you a little bit like you know, what is happening? Hello. um, yeah, that's I mean, it's Neptune hitting any angle is going to be extremely very sensitive. But yeah, I do want to talk more about the Mercury squaring Neptune right now. But that is a very touchy place. I mean, Neptune making any aspect to any angles in the chart is going to be yeah, it's going to definitely sensitive because anything, if it's touching the descendant, it's obviously affecting the ascendant. So it's all about that Neptune's world. It's all about learning how to let go, isn't it? It's tapping into another world. And that's what Neptune's essentially about. He's a purification kind of planet. You know, that's his purpose, to allow the ego to let go. So yeah, Neptune transits are very, very interesting when they make those aspects to particular part. Yeah, Soulstar saying David Bowie died 2016. Yeah, January 2016. Thanks a lot for that. Because I know he's a Capricorn. So I think he died. I'm not too sure if he died. I think he died shortly after his birthday, 2016. But if you notice, since when David Bowie sort of like set off this domino effect, where we started getting these celebrities it was just one after the other, like you know. Then we had Pele. That was last year, wasn't it, or year before? He had all these great, you know, whether they were musicians, sports people, you know, Maradona, Pele. They all just started dropping off. It's like it was just a madness, and it's still been continuing. Yeah, 2024 though, we are here. What is about to happen? Okay, we shall talk more about that. I'm going to be bringing up the chart for the moment. You guys on the Instagram also as well have the opportunity now to also see the chart, although I do have to adjust the screen a little bit. But nevertheless, you have that opportunity now, whereas before it was just the people on the YouTube who could see. Thought you weren't on today. Oh, Angela said thought I wasn't on. Yeah, I know. For a moment, I thought I wasn't going to be on, to be quite honest. I've been fiddling with my computer, like, you know, like I've never, like it's a new computer, like I've never, you know, it's almost like I didn't know what I was doing, and then I couldn't log in. I couldn't log into my Instagram. I couldn't. It's nuts. Anywho, went to the gym today. Got to tell you this story. Went to the gym. When you go in, you sort of like scan your card. And there's loads of towels on the desk, and you can take towels, So I thought I was just at the desk, and I thought someone just said take two. I thought, okay, all right. So I took two. Did my little workout, hit the bag, do a bit of running, all that kind of stuff. I thought, okay, swim some laps. Let me go into the steam room for a little bit. Took my towel, put it on the, where we put the towels on the sort of like the coat. It's like a coat hanger, but it's for towels. Come out the bloody steam room. Someone's nicked my towel. Could you believe? Cheeky git. Cheap as well. I like them. They give free towels in this gym. You can have as many as you like. Clean towels. You come and take my towel? Like, really? Yeah. Mercury, Neptune. Thank God I had another one. See, you got to follow the intuition. Mercury, Neptune. When Mercury, Neptune's around, you got to follow the intuition. Because, Mercury, Neptune really produces opportunities for us to, tap into a sixth sense. And the moment when I walked into the gym, again, the voice just said, "Take 2 towels," and that's I just don't do that. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Bastard, nick my towel! How dare you? And there was a couple of guys that I knew it could only have been 2 guys because there's only 2 guys who were sort of like, "How you take my towel, brother?" Thank God it was my personal one. It's the gym one, mate. But still, go get your own friggin' towel. Yeah. When I go to the gym tomorrow, you best not let me catch him around there, cause I might be using him as a punch bag. I might be working out on his head tomorrow. Yeah, cheeky git. Anywho, I'm here. Alive and well. I just need to adjust myself a little bit for the Instagram people. I'm just noticing here I'm not quite in the middle. I'm still looking a little bit close. I still need to sort of like move a bit back. What the hell on earth is going on? What else was it? What I was going to say? Let's bring up the chart for the meantime. I think I've been yapping enough. And with this Mercury Neptune, which is driving me nuts, personally, I know it has its advantages, but it has been driving me nuts. Anyhow, Happy New Year once again to you all. Just reading here the comments. Couldn't see anything. Welcome. Yeah, 2016, David Bowie died. That is correct. He died on the 10th. His birthday is on the 8th. Yes. And we also know who else's birthday is on the 8th, don't we, Yvette? Shout outs to Christelle here. Christelle, is it Christelle or Drew? Which one are you? But shout out to Christelle and Drew and Orlando and Kieran. Shout out to you guys if you're on the Instagram. Shout out to Layla. Mason, how you doing? Pretty, hello. Iffy, how you doing? Yeah, shout outs to Mark. He died after his last album came out. Yeah, he's talking about Mr. David Bowie. Yeah, that is correct. Outer Shell Alchemy. Yeah, Mercury is squared Neptune. I'm so sick of Neptune. Mars and Mercury. A first Mercury retrogrades over my natal Mars, Mercury conjunct in my second house, and now it's direct. And now it's direct in my first conjunct Uranus. Well. Welcome to the wonderful world of astrology, hey? It is what it is. Who's that? Shout outs to Karen. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up of the old people in the building. Shout outs to you all. What else was I was gonna say? I forgot what else I was gonna say. Shall we go to the chart? Shall we go to the chart? I think we need to and see what is happening here. Because I am losing it. My screen just went blank. What the hell's going on here? Okay, let's bring up the chart for the moment and let's start working here. Looking at where the planets are and yes. I think you can all see that, right? I know you guys on the Instagram. It's sort of like I've got to make it smaller for you guys. Problem is when it's small, then I can't see it. It is what it is, right? But I've got a way I got my way around that, you know. I've got a little way around that. Coolio. And let me also use my where you at? Where you at? Where you at? No, I don't want you. Here we go. Yeah, my little light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, I know. I will not give up my day job. I think I will just stick with astrology. It's interesting. You read some of these astrology books, they say, oh, Libra, so artistic, great in music and artistic. My mom must have told me the wrong date of birth because this Libra, I can't do no kind of art. I may have a good, well, again, that's subjective, isn't it? I was gonna say I may have a good taste for art. I know a beautiful thing when I see it. That's for sure. But yeah, ask me to draw a painting. No, totally lost there. Anywho, what are we looking at? The moon is in Libra. Funny enough, I was just speaking about Libra. I need to be very mindful of how I speak. The moon is in Libra at the moment. Okay, so we got a Libra moon. So let's try and be balanced and diplomatic, guys. Yeah. Coolio. Right. What are we looking at? What is happening right now? Well, let's talk about this Mercury square Neptune right now, because I think that's a big one. Even though Mercury's gone direct now, and yeah, we know that Mercury retrograde brings a lot of for us in the UK, I know people are listening to this and people are going to be listening to the podcast. Do remember, I'm available on all podcast platforms, by the way, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. So you can always listen to this show. When I finish this one also as well, the live one, I do take it down from the YouTube and then it gets put up back again for later on because I just add some bits and bobs and stuff. Trying to be a little bit, you know, Hollywood, trying to be professional. Bear with me. So yeah, see, train of thoughts gone, gone again. This is going to be a mad show. Do forgive me. Yes, Mercury retrograde. Now over here in the UK, the junior doctors, it's very classical. Junior doctors going on strike when there's a Mercury retrograde. It works like clockwork. Go back and just look at the history, look at the past. Junior doctors are always, there's something up with those junior doctors, you know, when Mercury goes retrograde, or even sometimes other kinds of workers you will tend to experience that. So and they're still striking now. Even Mercury's gone direct. But now Mercury's going direct and he's picking up speed. I betcha in the next couple of days, they're going to come to some agreement. I betcha. The moment Mercury, because really, I mean, what, today's the third, he actually went direct, like yesterday, today, you know, on the first, although a lot of people say, yeah, he was out of retrograde, but he was still stationary. He was still stationary on the first and on the second, which was yesterday. Really, he's just started moving direct today, technically speaking. So, forward moving. I bet you in the next couple of days, those junior doctors, they're going to come to some kind of deal or some kind of negotiation. Although it still may be a little bit unclear as to what they're going to get. Why? Because Mercury is squaring Neptune. Mercury is squaring Neptune right now. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Mercury square Neptune, Mercury, the planet of communication, commuting, travel, trade, squaring Neptune, the planet of the planet that belongs to another world, um, it's often associated with spirituality. I'm very mindful of using that word because it's very vague. When you say spirituality, well, what does that mean? Does it mean I go sit in a church? Is that what spirituality is? Me praying in a mosque? Me going to see my rabbi in the synagogue? Is that what spirituality is? Me going to an ashram, going on the mountaintop, going in a cave and meditating? What is spirituality? That can be extremely so subjective. But okay, we're talking about something godly, something otherworld, something beyond. Neptune represents a world which is beyond this physical realm. That's what the archetype Neptune represents. So when the planet of communication, the planet of trade, commerce, planet that represents the mind and how we convey our thoughts processes is square to Neptune, it's almost like our mind or something, a part of our soul is asking our mind to look beyond this physical reality which we see. So it's quite interesting because we do need to be pragmatic, we do need to be earthy, but Neptune is trying to say we need to look wider, higher, deeper, outer. We need to go beyond the normal or rational physical world. And that's why we could be prone to missing things, losing things, miscommunication, because Neptune is trying to get us to see more outward, to see something beyond. That is how that works. So we got Mercury here at 22 degrees, and he's squaring Neptune here at 25 degrees of Pisces. If we let me put it on days so I can see exact when so this is when, so we're looking around this day, around about the 9th of January, 8th, 9th. That's about the 8th. That's going to be quite tight. 8th, 9th of January, 10th of January. That's when the square between Mercury and Neptune is going to be exact. And that's going to be the we're going to be floating in another world. So we got to go with the flow. We got to be fluid. We got to learn how to adapt. You got to change your thinking. Neptune in Pisces is very fluid, is very changeable, very mutable also as well. So something is asking us to learn how to mutate and adapt and to be, a bit more versatile in our way of thinking. And if you don't, then you are likely going to be hit with a huge amount of confusion, and thoughts are going to be foggy, and things may go missing, you see. And things go missing because you may have to rely on other senses in order to find it, if you ever do find it. Sometimes Neptune goes, Lord of the Oceans, baby. That shit gone. So watch out for your belongings, people, over the course of the next week or two. Well, I say week or two. I mean, what's today? The 3rd, 9th? I mean, I say week and a half. For the next week and a half, be mindful about your belongings and what you're doing, and try to be as thing as possible. Outer Shell Academy is saying, I'm complaining because I'm in a Saturn-ruled perfection year, but I do like talking to my guide as I feel with my particular placements. The square is not terrible when I lean into my intuition. Yeah, of course. That's cool. We have to complain, right? We got to blame somebody, and in this case, Mercury square Neptune. Feels like projection of astro mind. Oh, Neptune. Mason says. Yeah, we are all projecting. That is what this beautiful universe which we are seeing. We are projecting our own ideals, our own inner world. That's what we're all doing. As above, so below, as on the inside, so on the outside. Yeah. We are it and it is us. So yeah. What else? So we've got okay. Another thing I want to talk about, which is going to be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys. The planet Mars on the 4th. The planet Mars is going to be moving into Capricorn. Really, really good. Really, really good. Why? Because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. And this is a place that really gives Mars a sense of focus. And it allows him to be, honorable, dignified, strong. That's what we could look forward to with Mars moving into Capricorn. Hail Mars, man. Mars in Capricorn is really it's a very good placement. And he's going to be there for what, about a month and a half, 2 months or so. That's a good placement for Mars. We like that. It allows us to really confront our, well, I'm going to say fears, but not necessarily our fears, but it allows us to, take on our tasks, or, and it allows us to step up to the plate, to also complete certain things as well. That is what that Mars in Capricorn essentially is going to be. And the great thing about it, when Mars moves into Capricorn tomorrow, as he moves in, pretty much as he moves in, he's going to be making a sextile to the planet Saturn. Now that's going to be good. That's a really good energy. Mars-Saturn energy, especially in a very complementary aspect, such as a sextile. We can experience strength, stamina, consistency, ambition, accomplishments, success, nice, slow, releasing, steady energy, which allows us to really fulfill our goals. Mars, sextile, Saturn. We'll start from tomorrow. As Saturn is in the early degrees of Pisces now. He's about like 3 degrees of Pisces right now, and he's moving direct as well. He's no longer retrograde. So I believe that aspect between, so that's Mars here, and this is Saturn right here. So that aspect between Mars and Saturn will perfect on the 9th of January. Yeah, on the 9th of January is when it's gonna, well, it's not even then, actually even later. On the 10th of January, we're gonna get a perfect sextile from Mars to Saturn, 4 degrees, 4 degrees. And there's a reception there as well, because Saturn rules Capricorn. So that's actually quite a good aspect. Very, we're gonna have good advantages there. So yeah, look out for that. That looks good. I do like that. We welcome that. I'm just gonna move this a little bit so that you guys can see it on the Instagram better. So yeah, Mars moving into Capricorn. Now, also what's going to happen as he moves into Capricorn, he's going to sextile Saturn, but he's also going to start trining Jupiter. Well, what can I say? More energy, and more energy. When there is a trine between Jupiter and Mars, it's all about the energy, baby. It's energy increase, energy overload. It's really good for growth, development. It's really good for taking a risk. And taking a risk and being favored is what that is about. Just grabbing my water here. So Mars Jupiter is going to be a big one. And how long we're going to have that for? That actually perfects. I mean, the moment Mars goes into Capricorn, he's going to be trining Jupiter. And then there's going to be a build-up. And then round about the 10th, the 11th of January is where the trine, we can see here Mars, he's going to be trining Jupiter over here at 5 degrees of Taurus, and Mars will be at 5 degrees of Capricorn. This is a beautiful alignment. Really strong energy there. Lots of energy. Mars is about potency, energy, motivation, direction, aggression. He is the god of war. And then we got Jupiter, which represents growth, abundance, and now Jupiter's also moving direct also as well. Growth, abundance, and you start to see things really moving. Heightened activities can be great for the gym, can be great for doing any kind of physical work. It can be great for doing any kind of work that's connected with machinery. It can be any kind of anything that's like you've got to take a risk. And I'm talking like a real risk here. Jupiter Mars as a trine is extremely very fortunate. It's extremely very fortunate. So when those two are together in the sky, making a wonderful aspect like that, he who dares wins, as they say. This is a winning configuration here. So yeah. So watch out for the Mars Jupiter. It perfects on the 11th. So we're going to be getting a build up from about the 6th of January. So that's in about what, 3 days time, 3 days time. You're going to be getting like a build up of that Mars trine Uranus. It's going to be real good. So that's something to definitely watch out for. We definitely want to be watching out for that. I'm seeing this is moving up, and I need to get on this. Mars will get shit done. Yeah, no doubt about that. He will. I love that. I don't know if you know about palmistry, but as a fire hand, I have, what's that? 53, okay. Projects to complete. I have what? Is that 53,000 or 5 million? What is that? Explain that. Outer Shell Alchemy. Let me know. Projects to complete. I will be taking advantage of that Mars in Capricorn. Yeah, please do. All those 5 million projects that you seem to be having, for sure. So if Mars sextile hits the Saturn, which is conjunct my natal Venus, what does that mean? That means you need to book a reading. There are so many variations. Um, you know, just to put out there for people, be very mindful with astrology. I mean, we all do it. I'm guilty of it, of pigeonholing. Oh, this is doing this what does that mean? Well, it number one, it could mean a number of things. It all depends. But second of all, unless I see the whole chart, I can't really comment. I have to see the whole chart, see what it is in the natal chart, what it's doing, what house, what sign are they in, rulerships and stuff like that, and then we can get to see that. But as you said, so if because you even said, so if that Mars sextile hits the Saturn, which is conjunct my natal Venus, what does that mean? Well, in a sense, you got Mars sextiling your natal Venus, right? Would that be correct? Because Saturn is conjunct your natal Venus. So it sounds like Mars is also sextiling your natal Venus, which can be quite good. That can be good, quite positive. But I'd have to see the chart. If Mars is making an aspect to your Venus, find something to do. Find something that you are passionate about to do. Get passionate about your talents. Find out what you're good at, is what you want to do with that. And another thing you can do is, get a bit close with your partner if you have one. So yeah, outer shell Venus. Venus can represent the people in your life, so it can have with purposely working with the people in your life. Plus transiting Venus will be in Sag, so relationships expanding for a purpose. Yeah, don't quite feel I've got the whole hang of that comment there. I love that for you. Right now, you should use the retrograde to get rid of people that don't align. Yeah, that is true. Outer shell alchemy is really going in here. Okay. And I mean, the partnerships, just close relationships specifically. You're going in. You're giving me stuff to read. You notice he's giving me this stuff to read with Mercury square Neptune. Probably why I'm not fully getting it. But yeah, it's about building a solid structure with those relationships for work you do. Okay. Thanks for that. Outer shell alchemy. I'm Dominican. I exaggerate the numbers. Yes, 5 million. What are you trying to tell me? Dominicans exaggerate, really? Yeah, I do know a Dominican. Yeah, she can exaggerate a bit. Venus in Sag, right near your Jupiter. Nice. Yeah. Right near my Jupiter, but I'm not hoping too much for that. But yeah, it's nice. She's actually past my Jupiter now. She's way past my Jupiter. My Jupiter's early in Sag. So I've already had that. Yeah, there was a lucky lady there. Just joking. Right, okay, so what else? People, why is it that today people, yeah, see, Mercury square Neptune. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Krista Marie, if you started to talk to someone on the day of this square to Neptune on the 27th, with Mercury squaring Neptune again in 2 weeks later, when direct, would the impression would be that the communication, okay, then you cut off, would end at the second square, or could or could the difficulty be not getting delusional between two aspects? You guys are giving me homework, aren't you? But miss, don't want to do no homework. You guys are giving me homework. What the hell's going on here? But yes, you're definitely correct insofar as that when a planet makes an aspect to a planet and then goes, whether by when it goes retrograde or whatever motion it is, and then makes another aspect to that same planet at the time it started its retrograde or it started its ingress maybe into another sign, there is something about you do get a revisit, or person comes back, or you come to complete that particular situation. So yes, you're definitely onto something there, Christy, for sure. So yes, it would somewhat end around that second square. Yeah. But it could also be difficult, getting delusional also as well. It doesn't, one doesn't actually just outrule the other. So yeah. Tiffany saying fortune favors the bold. At Mars, trine Jupiter. Most definitely, Tiffany. It does. It does. It does. It does. I'm definitely going to be working that Jupiter Mars. So yeah, for sure. Thank you, Bossman and Outer Shell. Yeah. No, thanks a lot. Thanks for the contributions, Outer Shell. What a great idea. Podcast on the retrograde, then direct. Yeah. Tell me about it. What else here? I want to get through this before I move on. So yeah. Christy's hey, anyways, a fortune favors way. Tiffany says, I pray the Mars in Capricorn, trine Jupiter gives me the energy to get back to my daily walks. I have slacked off since finding out I'm pregnant and walks are healthy. Mars will be in my third house. Well, that's good. That's good for walking, good for commuting. That's the things that third house brings. Yes, congratulations on your pregnancy for sure. Yeah, Mars, yeah, third house is good. Anytime with third house, it's good for but there's probably other things going on in your chart that you also have to look at as well. Maybe there are other aspects going on, and maybe that's why you slow down a little bit. I mean, I know walking is very good, and it's very good, especially when you're pregnant as well. But still, maybe something's trying to get you to slow down. So yeah. So Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter, really good. That perfects on the 10th, 11th of January is where we're going to get a huge amount of energy, for sure. On the 11th of January, we've also got a new moon in Capricorn. We've got a new moon in Capricorn, people. Planting those new seeds. This is a big one. If you're old enough to remember what it is that you did, or what did you plant in your life approximately about 18, 19 years ago, because this new moon will definitely coincide with that. And there's going to be, it's not going to be exactly the same, but there is going to be an echo. There's going to be something that rhymes with that. So think back and see. For those of you, of course, who are more advanced, look at what house that the new moon is actually going to be taking place. What house is it Capricorn is in, and have a look at that. Because that's the house that's going to be quite significant for you during the next 28 days from that particular date, which will be the round about the 8th of February. So yeah, new moon in Capricorn. It's about planting new seeds, initiating. It's in Capricorn as well. So which is a Capricorn's a cardinal sign. It's a zodiac sign that wants to initiate, wants to move, wants to build. Yeah, it's ruled by Saturn. It's about structure. So we do find that with the Capricorn energy. So yeah, it looks good. That will be on the 11th when we get the new moon in Capricorn. And then what else will be happening around that time? Well, we're gonna have a few days after that, around about the 14th of January, the planet Mercury will move back again into the sign of Capricorn, where he started his retrograde period. He will now move back again into Capricorn. Serious thinking, structure thinking. The moment Mercury moves into Capricorn around the 14th, he's going to sextile Saturn. Really good. Good for focus, good for concentration. Things will definitely be cleared up by around that time. With this Mercury square in Neptune right now, I'm just feeling like I just want to, if I could just pack all my stuff somewhere, just put it there until further notice. I would, if possible. That reminds me, they are supposed to be releasing. Have they released it yet? To be quite honest, I've seen it already. But this talk about Jeffrey Epstein's long celebrity list. Well, we know who the usual suspects are, but I've seen the list already. I mean, I don't remember every single name, but I've seen the list. We know who's on the list, right? Interesting though, isn't it? As soon as Mercury went, yeah, we're gonna release these, but real classic stuff, man. But yeah, we know who the usual suspects are. We know I've seen the list. I remember seeing the list sometime last year, if not the year before. Barack, but the Barack's on there. The Clintons are on there. My mind serves me correctly. Oprah Winfrey's on there. Donald Trump. All the high, the big, the big names. And of course, Prince Andrew. So yeah. Yeah. Yvette saying Barack. Yeah. Well, what do you expect? It's all the same circle, baby. Once you get up there, man. So that I think that's going to be quite interesting. So let's watch this space. Let's watch the planetary configurations in and around that. But I swear I heard yesterday that it was going to be released then. Or is it going to be today or tomorrow? But any day now. Something tells me that the people they're looking at it and they're thinking, no, surely we can't put this out. Or maybe somebody's got, one of them things there where you can get an injunction. Like you could get a lawyer to sort of like say, they can't put it out or something like that. It's against whatever law or there's going to be something around that we're going to get. But yeah, it was supposed to be yesterday. I'm sure it was, but maybe it's been stopped. Maybe it's been stopped. Maybe it's been stopped by a judge whose name was on the list. And he says, I ain't letting you motherfuckers get me. Hell no. It is what it is. So yes. Hey Sue. Oh, okay. Hi, hello, my dear. It's been a while. I was actually going to text you the other day. See, this is the thing that Mercury retrograde brings, does bring this. Core crystals, how you doing? Karen, key themes for 2024. Key themes for 2024. There's going to be lots, isn't there? Be prepared. Huge change. Be prepared for the welcome of Donald Trump as the next American president. How's that for 2024? But yeah, there's going to be so much happening in 2024. Definitely. The big Jupiter-Uranus conjunction obviously is going to be a big one. But I think one of the ones that we're watching out for is Pluto moving into Aquarius. Now that's going to be big. Yeah, that's a big movement. Lots of revolutions are going to come up from that. So, you know, start getting ready. So yeah, so we spoke about this Mars trining Jupiter. Also Mercury moves into Capricorn on the 14th. Mercury moving into Capricorn on the 14th. Also, as he moves into Capricorn, he's going to sextile Saturn. Very good. Very good for focusing, thought forms, mental discipline. That's really going to be good. For any of you writers out there, any of you poets, musicians, this Mercury sextile Saturn can really be good for putting, you know, manifesting, well, it's not just putting pen to paper, but although it can be that, but really manifesting your talents and your product, you know, that can be really good for that. And then Mercury will then go on to also trine Jupiter also as well. The Mercury trine Jupiter will perfect on the 19th of July, 18th, 19th of July. We're going to get a perfect trine from the planet Mercury to the planet Jupiter. Mercury, mind, mental, communication. Jupiter, big, abundance. Big, think big. I always coin Mercury, Jupiter as think big. You know, this is the time to dream. You know, dream is not about, listen, remember all these things, all these gadgets, they all came about through somebody, you know, they had a dream. The dream manifests into reality. That's the way it goes. Karen is saying, nah. Not to what exactly? Core crystals, better now because the sun just came out. Always tuning here. Core crystals, what do you, well, I don't know if it's a he or she, but better now because the sun just came out. I mean, are you talking weather-wise? Karen, transiting Jupiter on my Chiron. Could be quite interesting. Chiron's a funny planet. You know, personally, I only, yeah, Chiron's a funny one. I don't pay that much, don't give him that much emphasis like I would do a planet. I mean, he's planetoid, but yeah, moves and works differently. Oh, you'll say nah to Trump. Oh, okay. You Trump hater, you. I mean, Biden for me, I keep saying it, man. He looks frailer than ever. I mean, really, he wants to run again? Really? Really? Okay, well, it is what it is, right? What else are we gonna have? Okay, let's just go back a bit. On the 16th of Jan, from about the 15th, 16th of Jan, the sun is gonna sextile Neptune. Really good. Time for compassion. time to acknowledge our sensitivity, time to connect to, maybe something otherworldly, maybe focus a bit more on spirituality, focus a bit more on meaning of life. That can be very positive for sure. Sun sextile Neptune. And then what else are we going to have? Then we're going to have Madame, I mean Venus. Venus is going to enter Capricorn on when? December. When did I say December? You can see where part of my mind still is. On January 23rd. On January 23rd, the planet Venus will move into Capricorn. When she moves into Capricorn as well, as she moves in within days, starting from about the 25th, 26th of January, there's going to be a sextile with Venus and Saturn. That's going to be good. That's really going to be good. That will favor relationships, partnerships. It will be good for money, be good for business. That's a very, very good aspect to watch out for. That's going to be, it's going to start from about the 25th, 26th of January, and it will perfect on the 28th of January, the sextile with Saturn. Very good. Very good for grounding relationships, very good for taking relationships to really sort of like solidify and to really, especially maybe for those people who are just getting into a relationship, this is going to be really good. It's going to really, can be a really good cementing the relationship. So yeah. So that's a good aspect there to have. And there's a reception there as well, because Venus is in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is in Pisces, where Venus is exalted. So there's somewhat of a reception there. So that's good. That's going to be a good one. And then, as Venus sextiles Saturn, she's going to trine Jupiter. Well, my God, it's back to party time again. The last time that happened was when Venus was in Virgo. Venus is going to be far more happy in Capricorn than in Virgo. I think that's for sure. So we've got here, and this is going to be what, on end of January, 28th of January. So we're kicking off the year to a really good start. We've got some really positive planets here happening. And just to note also as well, a few days before that, on the 25th of January, we're going to be having a full moon in the sign of Leo. In the sign of Leo, people, we're going to be having a full moon. Very potent. Things coming to fruition, things blossoming, that's going to be a good full moon. I'll speak up more about that closer to the time. Perhaps next week I'll go into it in more depth. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I think I'm going to leave it there in terms of planetary aspects. So those are the things to watch out for, essentially speaking. Mars moving into Capricorn, sextiling Saturn, trine Jupiter, Mercury also moving into Capricorn. Well, Mercury currently right now squaring Neptune, fogging things up, bringing lots of confusion, bringing certain setbacks, asking us to really sort of like go on, rely more on our intuition. So that's the Mercury Neptune. Then both Mercury, then Mars will move into Capricorn. They'll make sextiles to Saturn, very good. They'll also trine Jupiter, excelente. Venus will come later in the month, also do the same. We got a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of this month, and we're going to have a full moon on the 25th of January, which will looks like it's going or heading in a very good place. Just trying to see another aspect here, if there is any. I think I'm just going to leave it there, to be quite honest. I've don't know whether to finish on this one. I missed that one. On the 18th. Well, this is going to start really from about the 16th, maybe even the 15th of January. There's going to be a square from Venus to Neptune. Venus is going to square Neptune. Delusional in love. Yeah. Something around about that. So do watch out for that, guys. Watch your relationships, especially if you're just starting one. You see, Venus Neptune. With Venus Neptune, things do not appear as things are not as you think they are. Things appear one way, but what's happening is, it's something with Venus Neptune, something is unveiled. Something is unveiled in regards to our romantic, our values. It's a tough one, but can be a real delusional time, especially in love and romantic. That is a signature for being deceived. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say deceived, I'm not saying that your partner's going to cheat on you. So please don't take it like that. You did not hear that first. I'm just saying Venus square Neptune can be a recipe for finding out something about your partner or about the relationship, but more importantly, finding something out about you that you didn't know about you, which could then be projected onto your partner, which often does happen with Venus Neptune. So around this time you want to be avoiding alcohol. What day does that land on? I mean, the square is going to start from the 16th. So 16th is a Tuesday. And the square is going to be there until it peaks. It peaks on the 19th. Now, the 19th is a Friday. So people, watch it. Yeah? Friday, the 19th of January. Watch your spending. Watch your, because, again, you got this. Yeah, it's... I'm getting tingles down my spine speaking about it. Yeah, Venus, Neptune. Watch the money. Watch your belongings. Watch the nature of your relationship. Whether it's new or old, doesn't matter. But around that time, things can go a little bit, you just find out things are not what they seem to be, or you thought there was. That's Venus Neptune. So I am going to end it there. Anything here in the chat? Who this will this be saved? I missed the beginning. Yes, it will be saved. It's always saved. I do take it down, the YouTube one, I do take it down for a bit because I just put a bit of editing and then put it back up and then yeah. We can stop sharing. And we can now start to, well, what is it now? Well, before we go to the tarot card of the week, competition of the week, there is still no winner. Mine's gone blank with this Neptune Mercury square. I may have to pose another question. I probably will pose another question. but I haven't got nothing in my head right about now. Brain's just gone flat. But I'll have to see. What was the question last week? I spoke about in terms of lawsuit or conflict, what house represents and let me just double check that. What house represents the end of the case, or yeah. Nobody seems to have got it. Let me just double check. About was it three? Yeah, three people text in. Two of them, I don't know what you were thinking. But okay. Two of you said the second house. One of you said the 12th. How you get that? That's Christian. Sorry to shout out your name, but how you get that? 12th house? Really? End of the matter? No, 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 no. Okay. So I'm gonna have to ask another question. It's for £30. It'll buy you a drink. Could have bought you a Christmas drink if you got it in time. I said the 11th. Somebody's asking me if they would have said the 11th. If you said the 11th, that's Christy. You would have got it wrong. You would have got it wrong, wrong, wrong. Right. I'm just trying to think of a question right now. It will come to me. Outer Shell is trying to answer it now. Outer Shell is saying eighth house, wrong again. But don't try and please tell us about the competition. Well, every week there's a competition. It's been running for 2 weeks now. £30 is up for grabs. Not much, but it can get you a drink. Sometimes there's books. There will be some books. I've got some fabulous books coming for next week. So they're going to be up for grabs as well in terms of the competition. The question I asked was, in the case of a lawsuit or with a court case together, what house would signify the settlement, the amount of settlement, or the end of the case, is what I asked. So yeah. Well, people, I just saw what you said there. Christy, yeah, you're correct. I'd have said 10th or 11th. I only saw the 11th there. So you said 10th. So yes. And then, yeah, Jacqueline's trying to answer it now. She's saying 10th. But you can't win it. It's gone. It's cancelled. It's obsolete. Karen is saying, I want to win a reading. Really? Do you know what, Karen? I take that back. That is a very thoughtful idea, and I may well do that. I may well start roping that into the competition as a prize, that whoever wins gets like a free 15-minute or half an hour reading, depending. But yeah, good idea. Okay, I will bear that in mind. Since Karen wants to win a reading, Adishel, please tell us about the competition. So I will tell you about the competition. Adishel says 8th house, but you got it wrong. But no point, answering it now. Karen said I'd have said 8th house too. Outer Shell saying right after Libra, where you deal with the justice. So again, I think the 8th. You're using that ABC astrology, aren't you, Outer Shell? We're traditional here, baby. We're all of them. We're traditional, medieval, and modern contemporary. Don't you worry about that. But no, it would not be eighth. But I can see why you would say eighth. House of other people's money and stuff like that. Sounds like Saturn, the top of the chart, 10th house. Yeah, for sure. Out of shell. It's okay. I will be there. I will be there for the future ones. I do this for fun on Clubhouse. We are always having esoteric learning game rooms. That's good. So much fun. No, that's good. That's good. That's good, out of shell. I keep out of shell alchemy, I should state. Quite a good name, that. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. But now I'm just thinking, do I make this question easier or do I just make it harder? I think I need to make it harder. Okay. What am I gonna ask now? Mine's gone blank. May have to put a cancel on the put a cancel on the competition for this week. I'll come up with something. Let me see. Let me just diddly and dally. What can I ask? I don't want to ask something simple. It's got to be something like, something decent. Yeah, I don't want to ask like the general stuff that you all know, or stuff that you can easily just go on Google and just say, and that's it. It's like, no, it's got to be something a bit more in depth. Got to make you work for it. Not just giving away 80. I said 80, 30 Skrilla like that. Karen saying, why make things hard? Jeez, the anticipation. Yeah, I know. The anticipation for me as well. I don't know what I'm going to be asked yet. Should have thought of that before I started the show, right? It is what it is. Okay. Let me see. I want to give you some in-depth stuff. I don't want it to be too. I've given away some really easy ones in the past, so you can't complain. Some of you have got okay, all right. I understand, Karen, and out of shell alchemy. You may not have attended or been to past ones, but some of the ones, I mean, come on, man, hands down. So yeah, we are winners, saying Jax. Who are winners? Winners of what? It's cancelled, mate. Move on. If that's the thing. When I ask a question now, if there's no, winners, it's definitely going to go. It's gonna. I'll just answer it, and then I'm going to be coming with another question the following week. So that's how it is. It will totally get cancelled. Christy's saying, yeah. It's okay. I don't mind. I got it right. Yeah, you got it right with two guesses. You said 10th and 11th. Make up your mind, mate. You can only have one answer. Really. So what about our subscribers? What we win? We're nothing. You've got it you've got things as a subscriber that people who are not subscribers do not get. You know what I mean? So yeah. Spit it out, man. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know what to and by the way, rules of the competition are when I ask a question, you do not ask it immediately. You do not answer it, sorry. When I ask a question, you do not answer immediately. It's the first person who inboxes me next week, Wednesday at 12 midnight. I am acknowledging that people are in various parts of the world. But yeah. So you have to adjust it to your time zone. From next week, Wednesday, by the way, that reminds me, what is going to be the date next week, Wednesday? It's going to be the 10th. Okay. So the 10th of January is when I'm back on live again. And so that night from 12 midnight on the 10th, the first person who answers, who sends the thing into my inbox. Now, hold on. Let me give you the email address. Take it down. Go get your pens. And for those of you watching on the YouTube, it should be appearing below. Not live, of course, but for those people who are going to be watching the repeat and the recording, it will appear below. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. That is the email address where you send the answer. The Lunar Lounge Podcast, all one word, the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. Lunar is spelled Lunar. Lunar. Don't spell it sorry. Did I say N? What is happening to me here? Lunar is spelled Lunar. Okay, don't spell it Luna. Some people spell Lunar like that. So yes, the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. Quite one word. The anticipation. Make it more difficult. That's my Mercury in Pisces talking. Yeah. Mercury in Pisces, we'll do. My Saturn conjunct the ascendant in Sag is really going to enjoy the challenge. Karen is saying, I'll be guessing anyway, so go ahead, make it hard. We have to respond at a certain time. Yeah. Ball breaker at midnight. No, well, you don't have to. It doesn't. Well, it's from midnight. If you send in the answer, even if the answer is correct, and it was 1 minute to midnight, you don't enter. It will be disqualified. It's from the bell being 12 midnight next week, Wednesday, from 12 midnight. First person who inboxes me the answer gets in this case, it's £30, right? I'm just trying to think of a question. Question. Dun, dun, dun. Mine's totally just gone. It's just gone. It's just evaporated. It's evaporated. So I'm trying to think of a question that is, that a nice hard question that is thing. So yeah, I don't want to ask that one. I've got one that's just came to mind, but that's too easy. I want you to work for this. You got to work for this. I'm being a bit Saturnian about it, but I have been very jovial in the past, been giving easy ones away, and now people can't get it. Jax is saying Google it. I don't need to Google it. I just need to know how to put the question. I want to construct the question so that so you get it clearly as well, especially with this Mercury squaring Neptune business. I don't want that to yes. I'm gonna to give you that one. And I want to give you that one. I want to, okay. 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 And this is going to be an easy one, though, man. Oh, man. I'm gonna, okay, okay. I think I've got one here for you. I think I've got one for you. Um, um, whew. All right, okay. It's an easy one. Yeah, I don't want to give you an easy one that you guys can Google. You see, I don't want that. I do not want that. Okay, let me, yes. I might give you a mythology question, you know. I may have to give you a mythology question. How about that? Yeah, a mythological question. It may have to be. Okay. What planet? Okay, don't answer now. Remember the answer is going to be for next week. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. I have it since I've been pondering and pondering and pondering. What planet? It's dead easy, right? So really, it's just about the timing here. I'm giving you here. What planet rules grapes in astrology? What planet rules grapes? You all know what a grape is, right? Grapes that they used to make wine. What planet rules grapes? First person who inboxes me next week, Wednesday, on the 10th of January, from midnight. It has to be from midnight. And I'm using GMT time. I'm in London, UK, so I'm using GMT time. So I do apologize. I do know that people are listening from various parts of the world. You're going to have to adjust your clocks accordingly. Well, you do know that you can set your email to send it, you know? Okay, so whichever one comes in, I mean, one of those emails that came in yesterday, one came 1 minute after midnight. It's quite good. So, yeah. I mean, if it was me, I'd be at my computer and I'll be, watching that clock. As soon as it's midnight, click, send. I'll be sending it through. So yeah, what planet rules grapes? Dead easy. You can get that one. First person who inboxes me next week, Wednesday, you get £30. You give me your PayPal account and you'll give me, yeah, grapes. Karen says grapes. Yes, you read it right. Grapes. Yeah, I got it. I had to pop back and see if the question happened. Yeah, I know. Outer Shell Alchemy is saying, is this from a mythological perspective? No. No. There's a connection. Yes, there is. There is a connection mythologically, but astrologically, every planet, every plant, every plant, every tree, everything in nature is presided over by a planet. A planet will rule it. So yeah. There you have it. What planet rules grapes? Need the answer on the 10th, starting from midnight, GMT. Whoever gets it, £30 is yours, baby. Get in there. I think we are at that time of the day. It's the tarot card of the week. Let me give the card a shuffle, and I'm gonna. What did we get last week? We got a nice, good card last week, didn't we? Or was it week before? We had a nice card. Well, this is going to be the first one for this year. So let's see what the tarot card of the week is going to be for this week, but the first one of the year. Yeah, let me give a nice good shuffle, and let's see what is in store for us. So that's your competition. Let's do the tarot card of the day, and yeah. Also, I have a newsletter. You guys should be getting my newsletter. Right. I don't know why my face has to be so big on the Instagram. Why? Don't like it. But yeah, I'm gonna sort that out. Newsletter. I do have a newsletter. You guys should all know that. If you want to be on my newsletter, you can email me at sacredplanets@gmail.com, or you can also email me at the Lunar Lounge Podcast @gmail.com, either one, and I'll be sure to put you on. And nobody's been commenting on my newsletter. I've been working so hard getting this newsletter out there. It's like whatever. Jack saying yes, got the newsletter. Did you get 2 of them? I actually sent 3. But that's okay. But they're not all being newsletters. So newsletters once a month. I do the newsletter when the sun ingresses into the new sign. So obviously the next one when the sun moves into Aquarius, which will be about what, 21st of January. That's when that newsletter is going to come out. But I will be sending ones maybe once or twice, maybe here and there. You know, just giving you a heads up. Upcoming courses. We've got lots of courses, lots of astrology courses, beginners, intermediate, advanced. They should all be loaded on the website by next week. Actually, what's the day? Hopefully, they should be all loaded up by this Friday. Hopefully. But if not, definitely by next week, they have to go up on there, even if I've got to do it myself. All the details will be there. Upcoming courses, all the various packages, what the beginners is comprised of, what the different lessons you're going to be learning, if it's intermediate, the different classes, what you're going to be learning, and if it's advanced, what you're going to be learning also as well. Got tarot card classes coming up. The next tarot card class as well, if anybody's interested, that's going to be on the 20th and the 21st of this month, Saturday and Sunday. It's 2 days. It's sort of like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours each day, going through the major, minor, and arcana. It's actually the part 2, so it's a bit more in depth. I did the part 1, but beginners can still come. You can still get it, and you can have access to the recordings as well. You'll also be sent a PDF of all the presentation that's going to be shown. So that's I'm doing a numerology one that should be at the end of the month as well. Yeah, so many. So it's like busy. Crazy. Yes, Faye, so much information. Thank you very much. Somebody is appreciating my newsletters. I got them. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, they're gonna get better. Black Moon Lilith Astrology. I want the newsletter. It sounds informative. Yeah, it's all right. A little bits and pieces, but yeah, it will start to get better. It's growing. You know, it's just a start. You know, just giving you a little bit of a taster, but it's going to start getting like, you know, I'm going to be putting lots of various articles in there. So yeah. Black Moon Lilith, drop me either at sacredplanets@gmail.com or at the Lunar Lounge Podcast @gmail.com. And just say that you want to be, you know, on for the thing, and I'll put you in, and then you'll be able to get that. So yeah. Christy's saying send it to me. Then, because I didn't get it. See, so much spelling mistakes. I mean, I'm one, I can't talk, but I mean, Mercury, Neptune, what you expect? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I got it. Out of show. Thank you. This will be fun. Yeah, hope so. Okay, tarot card of the week. Let's go. Oh, one just dropped out. I'm gonna put it back in. Okay, so let's have a go here. Tarot card of the week. I'm just gonna split the cards. I'm gonna split the cards here. What are we getting? Whoa, we got the High Priestess. Loving it. High Priestess, people. That is the card of the week. So what you hiding? The High Priestess likes to hide things, you know. She's not always revealing things. She's letting us know that there's something in the something has been planted, but it's in the early stages. It's kind of like an early stage of pregnancy kind of energy, the High Priestess. So she's asking us to you see what I said earlier on about the Mercury square Neptune? Intuition. This is a card that represents intuition. And the High Priestess is asking us to rely more or use our intuition, to be open more to the intuition. That is what the High Priestess essentially is telling us here. There's also something with the High Priestess that is connected with letters, documents, contracts, certificates, education. This card is about learning. Guys, everybody who's listening to this show, make sure you learn something. You may not necessarily go on a course and get a certificate for it, but learn something over the course of the next week. Rely on your intuition. Let your intuition. Speaking of intuition, I had a real strong deja vu this morning after coming from the gym. And I'm talking mad, strong deja vu, like, whoa, I remember this in the dream. It's crazy. So yeah. The High Priestess. She's letting us know that we need to go in and tap into inner knowledge, intuitive knowledge. Utilize that inner knowledge because it's going to bring about something for us. The High Priestess lets us know that there is something that has been planted in our lives that is in the early stages, that is not yet come to fruition in some kind of way. But we must rely on our inner intuitive and inner mind, inner spirit, inner soul to guide us through that, you know, any particular process that we are unraveling over the course of the next week. And again, like I said, watch out, guys, for letters and contracts and certificates and negotiations and legal documents and legal papers. This is for you. So it's a good card. I like it. Bit secretive, but I like it. We shall take the High Priestess, of course, and we shall listen to what the High Priestess has to say. So, yes, Mason, to listen, we must listen. Very important that we listen. Look at this. Somebody's ringing my phone. And guess what? I don't give a damn. Because it ain't affected my streaming on Instagram. You remember before I used to block and all this? Don't need to do that no more. Go ahead, call the phone. Who gives a shit? Technology, always a way around, you see. Even though I still got to fumble a little bit with that, but nevertheless, it's cool. Listen, guys, I want to thank each and every single one of you. I want to wish you a happy new year. We are in 2024. So much to look forward to. Somebody asked me earlier on about, what is in store for 2024. There's going to be so much. I'm going to be talking about it all through 2024. I'm always going to be giving you the heads up and letting you know what to look out for. And yeah, it is what it is. I will be back. I do a Sunday podcast. Actually, you know what? There's not going to be a podcast this Sunday. Oh, there could be. There could be. Let me not rule that out. There could be. But if there's not, but normally I have a podcast on Sunday. But what's going to start happening is the podcast, the Sunday podcast, is going to be uploaded also on the YouTube. So I'm going to be uploading twice. It may not be as long, may not be as packed, but there's going to be 2 shows. 2 Lunar Lounge podcast shows. Who gives you that? Nobody. Faye's asking, are deja vu dreams? Yeah. Didn't you know? Or they come via dreams. Not all the time. They can come by other things as well. They can come that people get that premonition, so to speak. But no, deja vu, yeah. I dreamt something like time ago. It was last year, but time ago. And I saw it this morning like it was a color TV. Exactly. I remember in my dream, like I was watching a brand new color TV, and it happened to me, and I was like, damn, I know where I was like, yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I need to start tapping into that dream world. It's a very powerful world, man. I'm gonna be doing something on dreams. Yeah, so this is me for this week. Also, as well, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Chinese astrology as well. That very fascinating Chinese astrology. I've always found it quite fascinating because this year we're going to be entering the year of the dragon. This is a big year. I kid you not. And I don't mean in a doom and gloom sense or apocalyptic sense that the world's going to come to end. The other day I was on TikTok. There's some people still like putting that out, like, oh, it's about to end, and get your shit together. And I'm like, really? I'm not talking about Christians either. I'm not talking about these thumping hardcore Christians that are saying, look, Jesus is just around the corner. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, yeah, God's coming, Messiah's coming. Yeah, you've been telling us that for more than 2,000 years, and ain't nobody come yet. Like if the Messiah come, you would know anyway. If Jesus came tomorrow, you still get a group of people saying, that ain't him. We ain't accepting that. So how could the Messiah come? Huh? Oh, he'd have to come through the clouds, wouldn't he? Yeah? Like a spaceship, maybe? Yeah, you will not believe in aliens. It is what it is, man. Listen, man, I want to thank each and every single one of you. Yes, I'm going to be doing something on Chinese astrology. We're entering the year of the dragon. That's a big year. I'll be back again next week. There should be one on Sunday. Do watch out for that. But if there's not, don't worry. The show will keep on going. I've got a really big event that I'm going to be doing on Sunday. Mad event, I'm telling you. Talks, presentations, and readings all day. I'm going to be knackered, mate. I'm telling you. Anywho, that's me. I will be back again next week. I want to thank each and every single one of you. Faye, Jackie, Angela, Yvette, Christy, Mason, Adoshell, Alchemy, all of you people who are tuned in, Karen, and all the other names. Wayne, Wayne, you were here too. I missed you there, Wayne. I didn't even see you there. Rossi, is it Rossi or Rosie? Yeah, there's quite a number of people there. I will definitely be catching up with you next week, same place, same time. And on that note, I am out. Thank you very much, guys.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.